Look, I found them. Actually, I kidnapped them, but I found them. We're back.
I'm here by choice.
What?
Uh, we are live. We are back. We are down a DNOC. At least for right
Which is
now.
a very rare
I
occurrence.
know. It saddens me, but he is with us in spirit, and he will probably be yelling at us somewhere in the chat.
I just have to keep an eye on the chat so that if he posts anything,
Mhm.
agreed. I can respond and or make DNOC sounds.
Yeah, and yeah, there hopefully there's not too much lag tonight either for that. But yeah.
Hopefully
Oh,
not.
oh, look, he already posted in the chat. Being sick
Yep.
sucks. Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy.
That's why I said agreed.
Mhm.
Poor
So,
Rom.
well, I was on the Discord tab. I don't have enough screens for all the things that I want to have open at this one time.
You think that's bad? I have to do everything on one screen.
Yeah, I have 3. Uh,
Yeah, I don't have that kind of setup. Maybe one day, but space is
I mean,
it's
I
hard over here.
I have other things. Like if I really wanted to get fancy with it, I could put one on a big TV behind me. I could grab my iPad. I got 2 computers and from work that I could utilize. Uh,
You're good. You're fine.
I'm
I mean,
fine
as
if I
DM,
wanted to
three
be.
screens is plenty, right?
Most of the time.
Okay.
All right, I'm opening up a Denox character sheet so I can have access to his roles and abilities and shenanigans. Anyway, what kind of recap? Who wants to do the recap this week?
Did you say what kind of recap? Like, there's different types? Because that's fantastic.
All right, Katya.
Do you want a serious one or a sarcastic one?
How many? I'm gonna say 100. Enter. What kind of die type? Somebody give me a die type.
20.
D4.
What'd you say, Vert?
20.
Thank you.
Damn it.
And
I'm about to get smited.
Katya,
Smitten?
Katya, what level are you?
14.
14. That'll be the modifier. Here comes an input roll of a lot of dice. Oh, look, it turned up 0 because it won't compute.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not dead. Okay.
Hold on, I'll fix that. I have another roller that I can utilize.
Oh, yes, that's what I was doing.
There you go. You take that much damage.
Cool. I've survived worse.
Holy cow!
No, you didn't. You were brought back from death.
There is one.
So, no, you didn't.
There is
survive.
one natural 20 in that entire series,
That's the kind of luck we have.
and 3 natural 1s.
Alrighty.
Okay. Anyways,
Anyway,
if nobody else wants to do the recap, I will go ahead and do it.
have at it.
Okay.
All right. Asta, you got any input?
What?
Do you want to do the recap?
What do you think? No.
Okay, then I guess I'm it. So last time on Mundus, we started our session in the middle of combat, wrapping up. Oh no, sorry, I'm a little too far behind. Woo! Last session, no way, we were in combat. It was just a different one. I was somehow thinking we were still back in the city. Our party was still separated between 2 groups. Valinar and Katya aboard the Lapita, and Dinok and Asta out in the wilderness trying to make their way to the Lapita. Because we were in combat and the Lapita itself was taking damage, Dinok was getting information to his Pip Boy, he calls it, that told him that the Lapita was taking damage, and then he's seeing the power fluctuate, and he knew something is going on, but they were too busy running for their lives.
Y'all were fighting these things.
Yep. He was too busy. He and Asa were too busy ducking and weaving and running for their lives under pursuit of guards to worry about that at that moment. We managed to wrap up our combat session aboard the Laputa of Valinar, myself, and Haru.
And
And,
Xenos.
well,
And Tim.
Xenos was present as a body. Yeah, we cleaned up the mess, and then we decided how we were going to handle Xenos, and pretty much decided we're going to take his belongings, store them in the armory until we know what to do with them, and find a way to preserve the body, at least until Denoc gets to take a look at him and decide what he wants to do with him. Because none of us were overly really attached to Xenos, honestly. Like, yeah, he was around, we fought with him, but he wasn't really close with anybody. He was just there for the ride.
He was literally in the party for 4 weeks.
Yeah. About a month's time. So then we decided we were going to change course for the Laputa to go back to Vagrum to go and get Valinar's parents to essentially finish what we came here to do. As we were approaching Vagrum, we saw a pillar of smoke rising from one of the houses in the town, and it turns out it was Valinar's parents' home, or Valinar's childhood home. Katya, in a bit of a panic, said, "We're jumping now." We could have gotten a lot closer, but we ended up on the outskirts of Vagrum and had to run. We determined that the fire had been started by about 5 or 6 members of the Blackguard, and there wasn't really a combat session. They pretty much just died. All of them pretty quick. And then we spent some time trying to put out the fire, and well, Katya tried to put out the fire while Tim and Valinar tried to go inside and rescue his parents. Just one of my kids. Valinar found his mother. She was unconscious but still alive, whereas his father, when found, was very, very crispy. Very dead. So we managed to get everybody back aboard the Laputa, and then we went back to we went to rest. Good night, oldest son. Then we went to rest for the night. In the morning, back to Denoc and Asta, they woke up and they were surrounded by 15 soldiers. Go to bed. They woke up surrounded by 15 or so soldiers that were waiting for them, and Denoc obscured the area, and then managed to teleport himself and Asta straight to the Laputa, which I honestly had no idea Denoc knew teleport.
Surprise!
Around this, around the same time, we Haru and Shia had been dropped off at the chains area by Valinar and Katya, and then Denoc and us just walk out of Denoc's room as though nothing happened.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ram is saying it was tentacled, not obscured,
Oh,
because that spell doesn't actually obscure the area.
fair enough. It was tentacled. I kept thinking of it like some kind of a smoke screen or something, but
Different
details.
spell.
Yep.
He gave him a wet noodle.
So after we had everybody gathered, we dropped the news of what happened to Valinar's father, as well as Xenos's fate. Asta made some kind of comment like, "Not another one." That was all she really had to say. But I know we are preserving the body of Valinar's father. Denoc already has plans for the corpse of Xenos. And with nothing left to do at that moment, we began heading away from Proterus. That was the name of the place, right? Yes, away from the island of Proterus to try and find the platinum dragon we were told about previously. And I forget exactly how many more days we have left to find this dragon and bring it back to the Illithid Elder. We had a plan for this, though.
You were given half a month.
which is 4 weeks. And it's been about half that time ish. Because we've been traveling for 7 days now. It took us 7 days to get to where we're going to begin our search.
Mm-hmm.
And it took us about how many days to get to Proterus?
Oh, did I mess up the count? I think I messed up.
Let me
Alright, it's an easy fix.
I wanna
scroll back and
I
I'll
wanna
get you some.
say it was about a week, but I don't remember for sure.
Yeah, it was about a week.
It was 5 days.
Oh, was it 5 days? Then I didn't mess
It was
up.
5 days. So we've essentially been traveling for 2 weeks' time total, and we've got another couple weeks to secure a dragon and bring it to the Illithid Elder, or he's going to unleash his minions upon Thargwal's men and the entire outpost of Colophon. I got it. Colophon, however you pronounce it, DM.
I think you got it right.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm focusing on something else at the moment.
Now we kind of left off on a. We'll cover this topic at the beginning of the next session. So here's the next session. There were some things that we were going to try and take care of during the 7-day travel period. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
And if it's all right, I already have ideas on what I was going to do.
Sorry, I'm making a quick other note to myself. Okay. Yeah, so you guys are traveling
We are traveling.
through the air.
Was that a good enough? Was that a good enough
Absolutely.
recap?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, what do I do with these points again? I think you changed things.
No, we did not change them.
No, we didn't.
Okay. Then I will take my inspiration.
No, we talked about it, but then we ultimately decided that everybody liked the way that it currently works.
Okay.
So,
Fair.
it's just if you don't have inspiration, you gain inspiration. If you have inspiration, it goes to the party pool. So,
Okay. Fair enough.
oops. And speaking of which, there is something that I overlooked a while back that I want to reward you guys for, actually.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes. I don't
What?
see it written here.
what did we?
But
Wait, we the players or we the characters?
yes.
Okay.
So one of the things that was done that you guys that you guys really kind of dug into, both like notes and inventory wise and things like that, was you Katya had actually borrowed the Pearl of Power from Denoch. And you guys could have very easily have been like, hey, is it fair to say over the last 5 days of travel that we returned the items?
Yeah.
You guys could have very easily have done that. However, you guys didn't, and you guys elected to stay with and go with that decision. That decision of using that Pearl of Power would have actually been another way of being able to get Denoch back to the Laputa pretty much that same day. Because of a thing that Denoch and I had talked about that he would have done. No, you guys.
But we had forgotten entirely about it.
You didn't know because I talked to Rom privately about this.
Oh, right.
You didn't know that there was the possibility of him using the Pearl of Power in order to return to the Laputa that at the time that the Laputa was being attacked. And they wouldn't have had to take that long rest on the island. So because
Actually, I'd forgotten I had it on me.
I know, but because of that, I do want to reward both you and Rom with a inspiration, and I will mark that on Denoch's character sheet for Rom. I'm also going to trigger. Well, no, I won't actually.
Can I just put mine in the party pool since I already have one?
Yep.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then I also want to give Vert a point of inspiration if he doesn't already have one, because of your role play throughout most of the. I don't even want to call it an arc because you guys were only there for 3 days or for 2 days. Sorry.
It was a
So-
short arc.
Well,
Yeah.
nope, not an arc because
Not,
with an arc,
not
you
over
guys-
yet.
not an arc because you guys would have leveled up with an arc. The problems
right.
have not been solved. So
Yeah.
there is technically still a problem there. But
Okay.
you did some fantastic roleplay and some very hard decisions as Valinar, and I want to reward that. So technically, all
Good
three
job.
of you take points of inspiration. And if you already have one, add it to the party pool.
I did not have one.
Oh, now you do.
Oot.
So, yeah. So, that being the case, did you update the rolls, by the way? The
I did.
rerolls, so that you guys have a total of 3.
We have a total of 3 now.
Okay, I was making sure. And then correct me if I'm wrong, but you took the +2 studded leather armor, correct?
I did. I was about to say that.
So I'm going to remove that from the armory.
Already done.
No, I did it.
Okay,
So-
we did it. Because I was there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
During this downtime, Katya decided this is a good time to up her armor, so she went and took it for herself
okay. So
and passed along the pearl of power back to Denock.
okay, I will re-add that to his inventory. Oh,
Okay.
he's already technically still got it. He's got it. So it's I don't need to.
Okay.
Okay. So it is technically, so we're going to actually we're going to do a little bit of a rewind here. We're going to kind of rewind back to the day that Asta and Denock, sorry, Rom's character Denock arrived back on the Lapita when they teleported back in. In this day that you guys are traveling, is there anything anybody wants to do on this particular individual day?
Valinar's probably just going to be with his mom and Nadon, considering his father's dead right now.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How's Valinar holding up with that news?
Hang on.
It's temporary. That's Katya's approach to it.
So 16, and not too bad. And yes, I gave myself disadvantage on that.
I mean, fair enough. Okay. Your mother is kind of a wreck. She is equal points confused and shocked to see you, shocked that she's in a flying fortress, kind of shocked because her husband is dead, and is also kind of numb, just kind of due to the prior experiences of like having this like dark cloud over their family because of your supposed actions. And along with that, she's also kind of like very grateful that you're alive, that you're and things like that, but she is very like her emotions are all over the fucking place right now, and it is
Roller coaster.
mm-hmm. And it seems like anything can cause her emotions to go from 0 to 100 or from 100 to 0 with just a couple of words. Definitely a lot of heavy processing on her end of things.
Gonna refrain from telling her I plan on bringing Dad back from the dead if I can.
Okay.
Let it be a surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not. Yeah, Valentine's just ignoring everyone else, basically.
Gotcha. Okay. Before I move on to the next person, I do want to point out in that 100 d20s that I rolled, there was there was 11 19s. That's a
And
lot.
where's that when
Well,
we need a? Is
That's
that
just,
what you were counting that?
what? No, I was not counting. I was counting that just now, but yeah. Anyway, um, Katya, do you have anything for this particular day when Dinok and Asta have re-arrived with
So
their
this is the
teleportation?
first day, or
Yes.
like the day before the day we actually begin our travel.
Technically speaking, yes. You guys would have already been kind of on your way when they re-arrived, but
I want to go to the onboard library and see if I can pick out any kind of books that might have to do with um, herbology. Like maybe see if I can brush up on my medicine or nature a little bit to like Katya just wants to know if there's like a more efficient way of producing uh, healing salves and potions using the giant's wisdom.
okay. Go ahead and
And
make
if it helps, I will use comprehend languages so I can try and identify the books easier.
okay. Go ahead and make a investigation check for me. Um, would you have
Okay.
had any negative modifiers on that first day?
Yes, it still would have been a -2.
Okay, so
So,
whatever you take, go ahead and roll with a -2. That way you don't have anything else.
oh, well, that's not good. That's
So
a 5.
5. Okay. Are you happy with that result?
Not really, because I know I could do better.
Do you want to keep that result?
I'm using my inspiration already. 8
Brilliant.
is it much better?
Brilliant.
Okay. Um, you definitely find some books on like herbalism and gardening. However, most of them seem to have been like a lot of the herbalism books have been like written as in like cookbook format, and
Ah,
you're not sure if they are writing recipes for dinner or potions.
hmm.
Um,
The
and the,
syntax is all wrong.
and then the gardening ones are kind of just some basic knowledge on gardening and how like tilling the land and utilizing compost as well as fertilizer can help
Hmm.
with the natural production of plants and stuff like that, which is kind of general basic knowledge, but they documented it and they talked about some different compost creations that they have discovered that have some more unique benefits to the land.
Hmm.
And they mention an underdark creature that you never heard of before.
I'm gonna stop you right there for a second so I can finish typing my thought.
No worries.
Okay. Okay. So an underdark creature, you say?
Mhm.
Okay. Underdark. Did they give a name or is just underdark creature?
Um, Go ahead and roll an intelligence check to see what you kind of like comprehend of the name.
Oop. Why did it, oops, I pushed the wrong button on that. 5 again.
It's okay. It was not a very difficult DC because you have comprehend languages up.
Okay. Oh, so you did give me that one. All right, let me take off that spell slot. Where's the spell?
I'm not too worried about it for just a singular day.
Oh yeah. But I do have to do this. Sorry, that's the wrong one. I promise I'll get this right. Okay, no wild surge, because it was a thing at that moment.
Well, in comprehend language, I'm pretty sure it's a ritual. You could have cast it as a ritual.
Is it?
Pretty sure it is. Maybe I'm crazy. Oh, D-Knock helps. We missed that one. Still wasn't great. I guess just take your inspiration point back and we'll call it good.
Okay. Thank you, D-Knock.
A 7 and a 10 were your 2 results. So anyway, it's fine. So the creature is referred to as a Zorn.
A Zorn.
Mm-hmm.
With a Z or an X?
X-O-R-N.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never heard of it, even as a player.
Good.
Did it give any? It just dropped a name, but it didn't exactly tell me what it's known for.
The reason why they like using this creature is because it eats rich rich minerals and rocks. Specifically, its favorite food is precious gemstone. And that combined with the rest of its diet, when its compost or its fecal matter makes some very rich and enlightening compost and fertilizer.
Its excrement.
Yes, that word.
Makes great fertilizer. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Too bad I don't know what it looks like or where I can find it other than the Underdark.
Nope.
That really narrows it down. It'd probably be dangerous to keep aboard the Laputa anyway.
I mean, pretty sure Harmony Stones would be classified as precious gemstones.
Yeah, it might be very dangerous to have it aboard.
So probably very dangerous actually. I just
assume if it comes from the Underdark, it's probably not safe to keep around without special handling.
So yeah, all right, that does it for you for the first day. Asta, what do you do as you arrive back on the Laputa and learn of Xenos's
demise?
Fall. Ramen chat goes, shit, the first island had an Underdark.
Technically, all islands have an Underdark, it's just we haven't been to very many of them. It's only an Underdark until you burrow your way through it all the way, though. Then it's just death.
Anyway. Asta. Asta?
Hello?
You muted.
Push to talk?
If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Sorry, I'm here. What?
It's your turn. What are you doing as you... What would you like to do as you kind of have re-arrived on the Laputa?
Keep in mind, this is day 1.
Yep. You have also learned of Xenos, Xenos's passing.
Maybe just a couple hours ago.
Or more recent if you want. Time is loose.
And where is everyone else at right now? I was talking to Mr. Blind.
That's fine. They're kind of off doing their own thing right now. They've kind of put Valnar's father and Xenos into like cold storage as an attempt to preserve their body as long as possible. But other than that, everybody's kind of off doing their own thing. Katya and Dinok are in the library, and Valinar is spending time with his mom.
Okay. So we get back to the ship, and it all kind of just hits her at once, and she starts to kind of have a mental breakdown.
Yeah? What does that look like?
She starts punching things. Anything that she can see or get her hands on, she just starts punching or kicking, trying to get her frustration and emotions out.
Okay. There's probably some pretty big corpses up on the roof if you would like to take your frustration out on them. Or it looks like Dinok has volunteered Tim.
Who's closer to me at the moment, Tim or the corpses?
Which one do you want to be closer to you?
So Tim basically can't die, right?
I mean, he's a fabrication of magic from Dinok, so technically no.
She wants the option that would be more satisfaction to punch.
Well, Tim is a ghost.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess the corpses.
Okay, the corpses are closer to you then.
Okay.
You head up and you begin absolutely pummeling these large corpses into a bloody pulp. Go ahead and just roll a general strength check for me. Let's see how badly you turn them into paste.
Okay.
Basically, just don't crit fail.
She does not fail.
Perfect. It's fine.
21.
Yeah,
Oh.
you turn these creatures, because there are a few of them on the roof of the Laputa, and you just kind of turn these creatures into an unrecognizable paste on the roof. And as for some of them, you kind of punch and punch and punch, and eventually your knuckles make contact with stone, and you've found that you have punched or kicked a way through some of their bodies.
Yep, that seems about right.
Your frustration and your kind of emotional state of having lost yet another companion, having this realization that death is not always avoidable, considering you have seen some of your very own party die and come back before. Knowing that this is not necessarily on the table for a friend, even though you have not known him very long, you have made quick friends with Xenos, and you can feel that something has changed, and that that when you're done and your frustration has been vented, something is different. And you're not really sure what, and you're not really sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing. And time passes. As the days begin to go by, you guys flying in the direction that you would know is correct, which I believe is southeast.
Sounds good to me.
What would you guys like to do during your downtime? I'm going to trigger.
Who gets to go first?
What?
Who would like to go first?
Sounds like Asta was ready to hop on that. So I'll let her go.
Well, I was just gonna ask. So a few days have passed. Does anyone seem to notice Asta's frame of mind changing, or her?
Oh, that's a great question. Let's have everybody roll an insight check.
Oh, my strong suit.
Valinar, you're gonna have disadvantage.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I kind of
Actually,
figured.
actually, I don't remember having insight as my as a specialty, but I do.
Okay, I don't
19.
know why that rolled 3 times, but 23.
You have insight as a proficiency?
I don't
Me?
remember when.
Oh.
If you can go through your level up progression and see when you took that.
Has it always been like that? Is the bigger question.
I would have
Let me
to
do some
go.
digging.
I'd have to go back and find out. Rolled an 8.
Oh, that's
So
Oh, yeah, it was my starting proficiency as sorcerer. Okay, I just don't use it often enough, I guess.
you really don't. Cause well, to be fair,
I use
why-
perception a lot, and I can't see anything.
I mean, but and to be fair, why would you? Valinar has a +10. So he's like a lie detector.
Yeah, I put all my skills into stuff like persuasion and deception, so that I can outwit his insight.
Best of luck with that. So I'm gonna say the only person who picked up on it, surprisingly, is Valinar. And that's just because I feel like in my brain, a DC 20 makes sense. Given
So close.
given the change and how it's only been a few days to kind of pick up on anything, Valinar just being the very insightful individual that he is, does kind of just briefly pick up on a ever so faint, because technically his roll would have been a 23. He would have just barely glimpsed this kind of like change in her persona or aura.
Ooh, but what does that change look like? Is she more frustrated, or is she just abnormally happy?
That is a
She
question.
kind of, in random bursts, will just laugh maniacally.
Oh,
So like a Harley Quinn laugh, just every now and then when nothing else seems to be relevant.
Pretty much, yeah.
Perfect. I love it. I feel like that's how Valinar picks up on it. Like Asta is just like walking one day, like where she thinks that she's all alone, and she just lets out this giggle fit, and Valinar is like passing by with like, I don't know, like a bucket of water to help tend to his mom, and just kind of like,
I like
huh?
I like to imagine Valinar's enters into a hallway to see us just all of a sudden burst out laughing, stops mid-step, turns around and goes back.
So you're like walking down a hall, hear her laugh, and then just goes, "Not today."
Nope.
Yeah. Yep. I'll find another path.
Not the psychopath. Like, okay. I'd like to speak up on behalf of Denock.
Oh, well, I was going to ask him a question, and it won't let me. So I was going to ask him, and see what he had said. Go ahead and go ahead and say what he had posted.
Denock would like to take some of this time to see if he could teach some necromancy to our wizards on staff.
Yeah. So my question to that kind of situation is, to what end? Like, what is the end goal of this education? Are you just wanting to teach them like the animate dead spell, because that could be as simple as writing a spell scroll? Are you wanting to attempt to like teach them how to control the undead, or
I feel like that may be where he's going. That he's going to teach them the basics of animating and controlling the dead. Pass on the teachings of caretaker.
Ooh,
That's what he
okay,
says.
okay.
Now I'm lost.
So it's less of a generalized. It's more of a general. Or sorry, it's less of it like a. I'm teaching them to be
Oh,
a
okay.
necromancer. I'm teaching them uh, the Hofkeen way of taking care of the dead.
Okay.
And which there's a lot of various steps to it, because death in Hofkeen, while it is sad and tragic, doesn't always mean that it's the end. I feel like I'm not a Magic the Gathering person. I don't know what that means. Um,
Oh,
for our viewers, he says to think of Amonkhet from Magic the Gathering. If you know it, cool. If you don't, you're with us.
no, me. I
I know
think.
it.
I was gonna say.
I don't know it either.
I feel like Vert.
I said I know it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I feel like Vert and Blind know what he's talking about, and then beyond that, nada.
Accurate.
So, can you give me a 2-sentence TDLR on it, or is it too complicated for that?
Amonkhet was so long ago.
I'm just gonna Google him. Let's see.
Basically, I just remember Nicol Bolas bringing like everything back from the dead to fight everyone.
Yeah, death is not the final services to the god. Like I said, I feel like for me, and Rom, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Hofkeen, there is or was a huge kind of like emphasis on living, and like living for the time that you have, and then when you pass, you dedicate that time to someone else, which is why undead and their quote unquote slavery is such a common thing in Hofkeen. Once you pass on, you continue to serve both the gods and your family in the eternal afterlife.
So I think I see where he's going with this. If sounds to me like he wants them to know how to control undead so that they can be set to um, do like extra work like repairs or heavy lifting and such around the Lapita, so so the workers that we do have can relax more, and the mages can focus purely on keeping the ship afloat.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guess.
Well, right now the mages don't even have to do that because you guys have fully powered
Or
the cages.
or
but-
he wants or he
I
wants
got
to. Yep. Okay.
much.
So I read him like a book.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just
Or
thinking about what's-
he wants to make the literal skeleton crew.
Which skill do I want this to be? You know what? I feel like it's appropriate. I'm gonna have to make him roll religion.
More for the teleport circle. Oh, more mages to go do the teleport circle thing, I guess.
There's not really going to be more because of their own.
I don't know. I'm interpreting what he's saying.
I know.
I'm not quite
Mhm.
following either.
It's all right.
But
I
that's a good religion check, though.
It is. It's a 28 on his religion check, natural 18. I hate you just
A hostile message.
okay. Not my problem. Um,
That's why it's filtering his stuff.
yeah. So, he is. So just because, I have an idea of what he is ultimately trying to do. So what I did is with a 28 religion check, Deanoch has started the teachings of Hofkeen and the legal what was the word he used? The legal procedures and stuff that Hofkeen uses and the passings and all that stuff, like the importance of all of this to some of the mages on the Laputa. And I also feel like Deanoch would end up using some of the crew corpses as demonstration means, which, while unfortunate that some of the crew died, now work in. Ooh, I just tapped my mic. Now work kind of in a
Yep.
eternal servitude to ensuring that things around the Laputa are done, such as like housekeeping, for example. So, anyway, so that's him. I think we've done everyone else, yeah?
No?
No? What did you? Who did we miss? You?
Miss Valinar and me.
Yeah.
Oh, I figured Valinar was still spending time with family. Okay, so who's next?
Pretty much.
Valinar or Katya?
Do you have something, Valinar?
They say the only thing I've noticed is as soon as there's enough, Valinar's gonna try to bring his dad back.
Oh, yes. I'm tending to the greenhouse. As
Yeah,
part
I
of that
gotcha.
process, then, I suppose, we have a rather large surplus of healing supplies, and I would like to use some of those to try and make some better healing potions. The best I can do at that.
Okay.
Because we could really use some more.
Sorry, I gotta find my notes. So, what exactly are you wanting to attempt to create?
Something equivalent of superior or supreme level for potions of healing, if that is possible.
It is possible. Let me find.
But I also don't know how much is required. How many materials are required for each attempt?
I gotta get. Why are you not? Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, so. It depends on what you are attempting to create.
Okay.
Um. hmm. I guess my question to you is, what kind of healing potions are you wanting to do?
Okay. I'm trying to make something equivalent to superior or supreme level.
Mm-hmm. Which one? You got to start with one. You basically got to pick one and give me something to work
Okay.
with.
I'm going to aim for superior, and if it turns out being even better, awesome. How about that?
Aim for superior. Okay. Are you kidding me right now?
Or
Stupid thing.
I changed that around. Aim for supreme, but if I don't quite make it, it'll still be usable.
Potentially depends on how bad you mess up.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying not to mess up.
I know. What I want. Sorry, I'm trying to. I have several things for crafting. I'm trying to double check my own rules and stuff real quick.
I remember you saying when it comes to crafting and such, we can choose which skill we want as long as we feel it is appropriate to the task.
Yep. Yep, that is true.
And that being said, since they are for healing purposes, I would like to use my medicine for this purpose.
Yeah, for sure. Trying to
Also gives me the best bonus I'm going to be able to get.
Mhm. And what is there anything else that you would like to kind of add to it, or like because you have
I
abilities and
do
stuff, so I don't
I
know
do
what you.
have alchemist supplies and herbalism kit as well. Since I am dealing with herbs, I'm probably going to utilize the herbalism kit more.
Okay. Which I believe allows you to add your proficiency bonus to the roll. If you're already proficient in whatever check you decided you wanted to use, then um you could
Well,
potentially do it.
I have expertise in medicine, so I'm not sure if adding herbalism kit is actually going to make any kind of difference. I don't know if it stacks.
Technically it doesn't.
Okay. So just for flavoring, I'm using my herbalism kit to I guess just better handle the herbs. How
How much
about this? I combine them both because it is technically I am making potions, so it is alchemy and herbalism.
hmm How remind me, how much money do you currently have
Personally,
for the herbs?
oh, for the herbs, yes. For healing potions, we have 1,050 gold pieces worth of materials in the storehouse.
I'm sorry, my brain just freaking lagged. How much did you say?
Actually, that the totals that I have here were based on we've already arrived at our destination that we're going
It,
for.
it's
So
it's it's close
I'm gonna
enough.
knock.
I'm gonna hand wave it. It's close enough.
Yeah. Okay. So I said it was 1,050 gold pieces worth. So
1050. Okay. So you actually may not
mhm.
have as much as you think.
It sounds like a lot.
Mm-hmm. 1,000. Okay. Um.
Can we transfer that to dollars, please?
Oh, okay. So they cost 50% of what that is. Okay. So you could make. So you could make one superior healing potion.
Okay.
With because it would take 1,000 gold pieces of material to create a superior healing potion, and the superior healing potions are 8d4 plus 8.
Hmm.
Or
Okay.
you can take that money and make several
Superior.
greater healing. You
Uh,
could make several
greater
greater.
ones.
You said how much money again? One more time for me.
1,050
Okay,
gold pieces.
so
Okay.
you
How much does a greater healing potion heal?
greater is 4d4 plus 4. So divide that by.
Yeah. That.
You could make 11 you could make 11 greater healing potions.
How many if I try to do superior?
Superior 1.
Oh,
Yeah, the price jump is a lot.
ridiculous.
Mhm.
Okay. Then I will make it. I'll try to make as many of the graders as I can.
Okay. So, technically speaking, it takes a day to uh make one potion. But what I'm going to say is because you already have the expertise and stuff like that in the herbalism or whatever, what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow the use of the herbalism kit to cut your time in half.
Okay.
So you can make 2 per day.
2 per day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say it's gonna take me. I'm gonna start at a couple days. Make sure I'm completely healed up per se. So I might start on day 3 through 7. So I could actually make 10 of them
There you go.
if I roll right.
So, actually not a super challenging DC. I am gonna kind of consult with another tome really quick. Yeah. Okay. DCs are about the same there. Sorry, I'm just double checking a few things because, like I said, I have so much, and I want a better way of doing this, but I don't have one at the moment.
85.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Times.
So yeah.
Okay.
So,
So, really quick, to put things in perspective for Asta, who asked to convert to dollars, the value of one solid gold coin.
ooh,
Ow. The value of one solid gold coin is $2,385.72. We have over 1,000 of those, so we're looking at about a little over $2.5 million worth.
Yeah, I'd like that in dollars, please. You make that out to Asta, she'll give it to Katie.
I mean, 50,000 gold pieces is like roughly 7 million gold or something, or $7 million or something like that.
50,000
I
or
think
5,000?
I think 50. I don't remember. Somebody looked it up a while back, and anyway, because I don't know what you used to get that amount of money.
Let's just live in the D&D economy.
Yep,
I
gold.
googled it.
So,
Okay.
So, what? So you're gonna make checks. So you're gonna need to make 2 checks, for
Okay.
every day. If you want, let's just have you roll those checks as like at an advantage, and we'll use both of those number results,
Okay.
if that makes sense, so that we can
So
do
I
them day
just do
by
it
day.
5 times.
Yep. So we can do it day by. Well,
Okay.
let's do it one day at a
One.
time, so that we can.
There's a first.
Okay. You're good for both of those checks.
Okay. 2,
You good?
3.
Good.
So far, so good. 4.
Ooh, day 4.
Ooh.
Okay. So
I don't like that 12.
that 12 is. Are you happy with that result of a 12? Because we technically.
So far, I'm happy. So far, I'm happy with all my results. So one fail isn't bad. I'll let it stand.
Okay, well, hold on one second here.
I mean, 7 out of 8 is not bad. Oops.
Hmm.
Oop.
Okay.
Percentile.
All right, you take the 1 fail. That's fine. So you got 1 more day, I believe.
Bloop. Ah, that 13 doesn't look good.
Are you happy with the 13, or would you like to keep it?
I'm still happy with the majority of successes.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and roll again. Okay. Even better. Okay. So, good news, and not horrible news. All of your attempts, except for the 12 and the 13, are successful. So you make
Okay.
2, 4, 6, 7,
8.
8 greater healing potions.
Uh-huh.
And because I rolled high enough, your 2 failures don't completely fail, but they do become common healing potions.
2 common
Mm-hmm.
healing potions. Okay. And this uses up all of the healing supplies.
It will, yes. Well, no, you'd
Okay,
have a little bit left over, I think. Because you said because that's 10. You said 1,050 divided by
Yes.
100. You would have half of 1 use, so you would have 50 gold piece value left over.
So 50 left over. Perfect. Boop.
Yep.
Okay.
Which, if you wanted to, you could use to attempt to make 2 more regular healing potions, technically speaking. So, but I think you might actually be
what
out of
the
time.
hell?
That sounds like a printer. Who's
Sorry,
printing?
thought I was on mute.
No worries. Okay. Would a dedicated lab in the future?
Okay, let
Probably
me add
Probably
these.
not. It would basically make it easier for him to focus. But because you guys aren't in any kind of like danger or anything like that, his room will work as a
8
dedicated lab.
greater.
But he might appreciate the space just to have to work.
That would be great, actually, if we can work on that. Maybe keep it somewhere near the. If we could put it near the greenhouse, that would be fantastic.
Okay.
I had 8 items to my backpack. Bloop.
Mm-hmm.
I'll distribute them at our next group meeting.
Okay. So that's what you do over the course
Potion
of the week.
Healing, 2 more.
And how about you, Valinar? Is there anything specific, any conversations or anything like that you would like to have?
Nothing specific now.
Okay. Asta, is there anything else that you would like to do during this time other than laughing maniacally in the hallways?
She's just sharpening her bow and shooting at random things.
Sharpening the bow.
How do you
Or
sharpen?
the arrow. You know what I meant.
Oh,
I was like, you guys start stabbing people with your bow? That would be awesome.
Surprise.
She just tapes.
Oh,
her
you thought I
short
was a
sword.
ranged attacker, did you?
She just tapes her short sword to her bow and uses it when people get close. Anyway, okay, that is perfectly fine. So, time passes. Everybody benefits from a long rest. If you haven't already had one, you gain one, and
Or gain several. That should hopefully put all my hit dice back.
it should.
Okay, yeah, we're good.
You are no longer wounded.
Thank you.
And
If there's nothing else anybody has to do between now and the 7th day, can we fast forward to that final day when we're
Yes.
supposed to be arriving at our destination?
Yes, I was actually going to get to that.
Okay. Because first thing Katya is going to do that morning, if nothing else happens.
So what I was going to do is I was going to, because you would know that you were still very far away, but you guys would begin to see it, and people would begin to alert you of an island that they can see in the distance. And it's less that they see an island, but they see a tree.
A tree?
A tree.
Okay.
And as you guys, because I'm assuming people go up to the roof and look at it, from the distance with Denox's intelligence, he knows that you guys are still about a day out, or at least several hours, if not a whole day of travel. But even from this distance, you guys see this absolute massive kind of like monolithic tree that kind of sprouts from what appears to be the ocean from this distance, and it reaches high into the sky and kind of has this like kind of cap that kind of turns itself over.
So is it bigger than the tree of On?
In terms of raw actual height, yes.
Okay.
Idris, kind of. I was actually, so in my brain it looks like in my brain it looks like the tree from Fairy Tale, where from like that Fairy Tale island.
Tenro, gotcha.
That the tree that they have there. I can't remember the name of it, but that's what it looks like in my brain.
Tenro Island.
There you go.
Tenrojima.
So
Tenrojima? Is that the actual name of the tree?
Or at least it's the name of the island.
Mm.
Okay.
I was gonna say, just ask Vert. He probably knows.
I mean, I've seen the show too.
Vert is just what I like to consider an anime expert,
Oh, really?
from what I've heard.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'd like to think that I'm pretty well versed myself, but okay.
Fine, you're anime expert number 2.
Okay.
I have been called insane by one of my coworkers because I told him I've read One Piece 3 or 4 times.
Like
Cool.
the entirety of it?
Yeah,
Why would you do that more than once?
because I like One Piece.
I'm a
If
weeb.
you've read it 3 times, that means it's 3-piece now. You can buy a suit now. You're good to go.
Can I post this here? No, I can't. Aw. But I can.
Yes,
post
Rom. There's no question about it. We know you're a weeb.
it. There, I put it in Discord. That's what a quick Google result gets me.
I love that island so much.
I loved that arc. It was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I think Grand Magic Games was one of my favorites. Shortly after that,
So
though.
good. Yeah, Grand Magic Games was like the next arc.
I know.
after.
I said shortly after that. Once you get
Anyway.
past the butt jiggle group.
Boing.
Oh, yeah, those guys aren't canon.
Yeah, they're from a different anime by the same guy. I was like, why are these people even in this? Why are they important? I had to Google that. I'm like, oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
He's advertising his Rave Master series. Gotcha.
So, but yes, that that is what you guys kind of see in the distance. But this is day 7, I guess.
Okay, so we are now on day 7.
Correct.
All right, first thing, has to see it with my own eyes. I'm going to go to the greenhouse and make sure that we actually have enough of the resources on hand before I go tell Valinar we have all the resources.
Okay. Do you have all the resources?
Based on my calculations, yes, we have 500 gold pieces worth of replicant moss.
Okay.
And now, I will relay that information to Valinar because it is very important that he know.
Yeah, I basically am trusting you with
Yeah.
all of that because I'm not keeping track of it.
And
It's my
once-
greenhouse, so yes, I will.
That's dangerous.
Once I track down the spell and make sure everything's good, yeah. And then Valinar will cast Raise Dead to bring his father back to life.
Do you let your mother know that you're doing this now?
No, because if it doesn't work, I don't want her to spiral even further.
Yeah.
Cool. It has been dead no longer than 10 days. I think you're within that time frame. Barely. Spell also neutralizes. Da 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 da. Bum, 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 da, 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 da. Okay. There was a thing that I've done before.
Oh boy.
Oh, good. He doesn't have to worry about waking up screaming in agonizing pain because it closes all of those burn wounds.
It says all mortal wounds. So basically wounds that would kill him. You don't necessarily
Oh,
die.
I
No,
see, I
I'm not
see.
being in that monkey paw.
I'm like, okay,
We're gonna monkey paw
technically
this.
speaking,
Oh god.
Yeah,
technically speaking, it undoes the one that was just too much.
technically, he would have died probably from smoke inhalation, but
Either way.
technically you can live with 3rd-degree burns. It's just pain.
Yeah.
Jeez, please don't do that to Valinar's father.
What
I
is
like to
this?
believe that his magic is a little better than that.
How often do I fuck you guys over like that? If ever. Ooh, what is this? This sounds...
Hang on while I think. Whoa,
I don't like it. Is this a good one?
that was interesting.
No. Okay. Sorry, I was looking
Two.
for
Action.
music that I thought I had, but I apparently don't. I don't know where I did with it if I did. So we're gonna use
Feels weird to
This
be
one.
able to hear the music again.
that one says nightmare. I don't think that'll work. So
Nightmare, what?
yeah. So as you kind of cast the spell and you crush the diamond and it spreads over the corpse of your father, beginning to hit into these wounds
Sure.
and stuff that he has.
Diamond.
Valinar, you feel a kind of a familiar sensation, this kind of rush of another entity connecting their consciousness with yours. And you were kind of pulled into this alternative demi-plane. And you, once again, are see yourself with this angel of death in a floating figure of your father. This large kind of planetar-like angel holding this massive sword, kind of in a downward positioning, not kind of like their artwork, not in a threatening way. Kind of looks to your father, and then looks to you. And there's a look of recognition from amongst him to you. And he kind of, and the angel kind of goes, "It seems that you are one that often seeks to spare the dead.
I've only
Why?
brought...
Why should this one get to live?"
Because he died because of me. He was killed simply for being related to me. I can't just... He's my father. I can't just... Valnar just has trouble stringing words together. And he just kind of rambles, kind of like that.
People die, sometimes without reason, without being related, without being connected to anything, to anyone. Being connected to others is what gives many reason to live and to die.
Yes, and I could never live with myself if I didn't at least try.
I have told you before that the price of bringing one back is not an easy thing. And it is not something one can do often. Once one passes on to the other side, sometimes they don't, or won't, or don't wish to come back. And he'll take his sword and he'll turn it up so that the blade kind of rests in front of his face. And then with one of his hands, he kind of holds it out over your father's kind of corpse, kind of like not pointing down or pointing up, but kind of laying parallel with the body itself. The flat of the blade, kind of as if it would touch against your father. And he takes it, he pushes down, and when the blade looks like it should connect with your father, it actually passes through, like a wave of kind of like a bubble wand pushing through the bubbles. And in an instant, all of the burns and charring, all the blackened soot are removed from your father. And the angel, once more looks to you and kind of goes, "This time I'm afraid it's not me that you must convince." And he turns and he kind of floats backwards a little bit as you watch as your father's body basically right itself and look in your direction. And you watch as your father looks to you and kind of begins to speak, and he goes, "Valinor, my boy." And he smiles.
Hey, Dad.
You see him smile and like a tear beginning to form in the corner of his eye. I knew you'd be back. I knew that this wasn't something that you did.
Because of me, though.
But I'm glad, proud of you. Every day, no matter the insults or the hardship that we faced, I was always proud.
Proud of what?
Of
I
you.
ran away.
But you came back. Isn't that something that we have always been taught and taught to ours? We ran away from the surface. Our whole world left behind to save our own friends, family, ourselves. But we had the intention of coming back. Of going back. And I knew that you would be coming back too. That you weren't going to leave this unfinished, unresolute. There was never a doubt in my mind. And he smiles, even bigger, and you can see now that he is barely holding back just streams of tears.
Dad, I don't want to lose you.
He kind of nods. I knew that this was a possibility. I didn't think it would come so quick. But I knew. And his smile fades for a moment.
What about Mom?
How is she?
Her emotions are everywhere. I don't even know how to begin to describe it. Smiling 1 second, crying the next.
I'm wearing shoes too.
Okay.
You can see now that the tears are just now streaming down his face. Do you think that she'll be alright? Without me, that is. If I didn't return.
Okay, real quick,
Mhm.
above game.
Yeah.
Can I do like an insight or something to see how far away she, like, essentially an insight to see if I think it would be possible for her to get better,
Okay,
or
yeah.
if she's just okay.
I'll allow it.
Oh, 17.
17. Given her state, from what it was with just you being gone and being labeled a traitor, her husband also being gone might permanently break her.
Okay. So then Valnar will just kind of look at his father and go, I don't think so.
You can see, you don't even need an insight check, but you can see that this deeply wounds your father. Not because he doesn't love, that he doesn't want to return. But it wounds him knowing that she needs him so deeply. That there's so much pain that without him around, she may never recover. Are we safe in a location that we will be?
Sorry, my Discord decided to cut me out for a second.
No, sorry. He kind of sniffles, and are we in a place where we can remain safe, that Palama and her following won't be able to find us?
Well, we're where I've been for the last... How long have we been?
A long time. I don't know. It's been several months, which is a long time in this world.
Just say last few months.
I'll just say you're where I've been for the last few months.
It's been almost 4.5 months, it looks like.
Oh my gosh.
Roughly, anyway. Yeah.
That's about a month going by every year we've played.
Just about. Anyway. And he kind of just goes, is it safe?
Well, I would like to think so, but it's a moving fortress.
Okay. Go ahead, Valnar. and roll me a persuasion check. The DC is
Okay.
not very high due to your conversation.
You said persuasion?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Can I guidance myself?
Sure, I'll allow it.
All right, awesome. I will guidance myself. I have a -1 to persuasion.
That's not bad. Starting out. That's even better.
So that's an 18.
18. Yeah. As you kind of finish your sentence, your father kind of swallows hard. Tears still running down his face. He gives one look over his shoulder to the angel and he goes, Can you relay a message? And the angel just kind of nods. Tell them I'll be back when it's more of a time of my choosing. And the angel again nods, and your father will turn back to you, Valinar, and he'll stretch out his hand, reaching for you.
And I'll take it.
And as you do so, you are pulled back to reality, and in a moment you can feel the magic of your spell that has now taken place. Your hand that had grabbed your father's hand in this like dream plane, or you're now holding his hand down by his side as he and kind of grips your hand even tighter in that moment of inhale.
And Valnar will just hug him.
Your father lives once again. He's 1 hit point and a -4 to anything he tries to do. But he's alive. And I will say, Denoc during that scene had said first thing he's gonna do after becoming the god of death is fire that guy HR Nightmares out the wazoo.
Can we take a break so we can recover from that emotional scene?
Yes, I will allow it.
That was hard.
Let's go ahead and take
And I wasn't even the one doing it.
let's go ahead and take a quick break here, guys. All right, we'll be right back.
All right.
This is just a interesting podcast now.
Yes, where we sit around and talk about country music and how old we are. No, we're gonna get back to playing D&D now.
We've become old people.
Which, by the way, we are.
Ooh, we came back.
I'm sorry.
And now that we're done with our honky tonk bullshit,
yeah.
We am the people.
I'd say for those of you who don't know, check rewatch the video. But this is just bonus features.
Yeah.
The making of
Scenes.
deleted scenes. Okay, there we go. The making of Mundus.
There you go.
We were
Special
honka
edition.
tonking some bonka donks, that's for sure.
They can have sound effects that could be taken wrong.
What's that? Look,
Yeah.
Buster shot some Nadon, and we really need to. Yeah,
God.
I should probably find something for that. I just haven't yet, because DMCA music and royalty-free music is sometimes a pain to get my hands on. I'll find something in the future. So, a week has gone by. Valinar has
Ooh.
revivified his
Elevator music for the break screen.
No. Elevator music induces rage within me.
It's perfect because nobody, it's so bad. Even if it is copyright, nobody's going to want to lay claim to it.
you realize there are bots and stuff that do that for people, right?
And
Anyway, you guys are flying towards a magical tree, and Valinar has just brought back to life his dead father.
I forgot about the tree.
Your father's wounds are completely healed. He is no longer blackened. He
Oh, so that's what he's supposed to look like.
Jesus Christ.
Is this the tree of perdition?
I don't know what that is.
I feel like I should know this.
I have the feeling that Vert knows it.
Should
No.
Anyway,
Google, refresh my brain.
That takes an hour. That ritual, by the way. What do you do? Like now that your father is back, Valinar, what do you do?
Hey, wait a minute. Never mind.
Probably take him to mom.
Okay. What do you do? Just walk in and be like, "Hey, look who I found."
Probably just walk in and go, so, I did a thing.
Molly,
Okay.
how could you? He was dead. You should have just left him. It's unnatural.
I feel like she's like staring off into the middle distance when you walk in and you say this, and she just goes, "Oh, Valinar," and she just smiles and. I'm sorry. What did you say, dear? I zoned out for a minute.
I did a thing,
Okay.
and then Valinar's gonna look back to see his dad walk through.
Okay, so you shove your father through effectively. Hold on. I'm gonna get a die out.
Oh God.
Do 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 do. Yep. That's a 1. Your mother
She
passes
has a heart
out.
attack. Shit.
No. She passes out. She passes out.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Okay.
I'm not gonna kill your other parent because you brought the other one back. God, that would be funny, but that'd be so funny. But I'm not gonna do that.
See, that's something I would.
Meets the same angel of death. So this one actually was my fault. I wasn't trying to kill her.
No, she just passes out like yeah, she just like goes limps and falls onto her bed and passes out.
Oh.
Your father's
Yeah, I
like,
think that was the
"Oh
last
dear."
thing I expected.
Me too. Consider it a 5% chance.
Hmm.
I want to see it.
He kind of just goes, "Oh dear," and he kind of your father will walk into the room and kind of like
Oh, that's
make her more comfortable and ensure that she is in a place to be less startled when she wakes up.
Okay.
But he is smiling, and as he kind of watches her sleep. Is that what you do after you pass out? Sleep?
I don't know. I
I'm
can't say I've ever had it happen.
Huh.
I'm gonna say yes.
Me too. We're gonna go with that.
I'm just gonna Google it.
Because otherwise, he's smiling while staring.
What do
at
you
her.
do after you pass out? Add that to your watch list.
I mean, it's either that she's sleeping or your father is smiling while staring at her while she's unconscious.
Passing out does not make anyone get to sleep in the way the body needs to perform the best way possible.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps, but
That's not a
So
yes.
it's like it's kind of like a restless sleep.
So normal sleep. Got it.
It's a hard.
Okay.
It's a hard restart.
Listen, hear you.
So Yeah, he's staring at his unconscious wife, and smiling. Yeah. That's what he
I
does.
do that
He
sometimes.
kind of sits in a chair. He kind of like sits in a chair, kind of a little across the room from her. That way, he's not like right up in her grill when she comes to.
Wouldn't want her to pass out
And
again.
he kind of just looks it to you, Validar, and he kind of goes, "Thank you. I don't believe I got to say it, but thank you. I think he. I think
We're working on it, Enoch.
this was. I think this was important."
Family therapy.
You know, this is all reminding me of the fact that I haven't heard from my father in. Ooh, I think we were on Isurus last time I heard from him.
Womp womp.
And after getting more than just a couple of threats from Tenebris about burning my island down, I'm starting to feel a little uncomfortable.
Hey, you guys! We're there now.
Guys, I think my husband might kill me.
Hold on. Hold on. Let's mute so that it's not broadcasted to the world. No, I'm kidding. I'm not doing that.
I'm sorry,
What?
I just watched my cat's tail bush. It's funny.
Why is he planning on killing you?
I may have gotten glitter on his computer tower.
You-
Oh.
On or in?
Hopefully it's
Well,
not in the USB-C port.
I don't think it is.
get a good
I'm
vacuum?
going to be, I want to be cleaned out soon anyways. I think it's starting to overheat a little bit. So,
Well, now it will definitely overheat.
well, my computer randomly shut down.
some rice.
Also, I wouldn't recommend a vacuum for electrical components. Too much of a static risk.
I said
Maybe
a
just go with
good
the air.
vacuum.
Say what?
I thought I said a good vacuum.
You use an air blower for that.
I mean, the blower works for a lot of things. Anyway,
Mhm. Uh-huh.
Just get a leaf blower. That'll work, right?
Yeah, sure.
So, what would you guys like to do now? Dinok's father, or sorry, Valinar's father thanked him, after his wife passed out, and what would you
Okay.
guys like to do?
So we're approaching this tree then. I'm assuming we just received word that we're pretty much there.
Yes.
Okay.
You guys, I would say at this point in time, if you guys want, we can basically jump to you guys all but being there.
I mean, is there even a place to actually land? Is it just a giant tree in the middle of the ocean?
Why don't you make a perception check for me?
Oh, okay,
Or is there a
sure.
place you could all just jump off with Featherfall?
That's an option too. 9.
9. Cool. You can see that there is roots that kind of go into the ground.
Oh, so there must be ground. Gotcha.
Yeah, there is a small island underneath the tree, kind of like in like mixed within like the roots of the tree. There is like ground and like a small island.
Okay. I'll need somebody else's help because I can't see much further beyond that.
Yeah.
I really should get glasses. When we go to my home, I'm definitely picking some up.
Do you wear glasses?
I didn't used to, but I feel like my eyesight is failing me.
Oh, I don't have it prepared, do I? Never mind.
I'm getting older.
What?
I'm sorry, what?
It sounds like getting old.
I heard
that
a
was
squeaking mouse.
Yeah, that was my
Oh boy, I'm gonna need some glasses soon, haha!
Oh, I'll shake you.
that was my husband.
And I'll fucking do it again, bitch!
Gosh.
Gorge.
Now Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse.
There ain't nothing mini about that at all.
That's what she said.
Jiminy God, it's hot.
What did you say, Asta?
Okay, you want to repeat that, Asta?
We're all getting a little bit older. It's okay to have eyesight issues.
Ah. Asta speaks in tongues to you, Katya.
I don't. What? I speak a lot of languages, and that was none of them. As a matter of fact, it doesn't sound like any dialect I believe I have ever heard in my life.
So she actually had said, like, it's okay, we're all getting older.
Hmm.
Was basically what she said.
I thought I heard something about size issues, but I don't know.
Yeah. So, is everybody on the roof at this point?
I mean, I am. How else we gonna take a look down?
I am not on the roof.
Well, you're dead.
You're in a freezer. Well, your body's in a freezer.
I'm gonna have everybody.
Freezer.
I'm gonna say everybody who is on the roof make a perception check. Katya, you've already made yours.
I have a
I know.
concerning question.
Sure.
Was Xenos one of the corpses that I beat to a pulp?
No.
Okay.
I would assume that you didn't do that to your.
I mean, in her rage, she didn't tell who was who, so.
He was in a special place, stored away from her.
I would assume that you guys had
Special
taken
place.
care of him before that. Okay. Asta, are you on the roof or not?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception.
Nope, not that. Go away. No, God, I just want to fucking roll it. You? Ugh.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're on a roll.
Yeah. Where that roll
No
is,
pun,
you don't know.
no pun intended, actually.
So
Xenos is next to the frozen turkey.
a little early to be preparing for Thanksgiving, don't you think?
Not if you're Denock.
There. Valinar, you're the only one that kind of sees this. And I say kind of. Because you think that you see a man standing on top of the tree.
So I see someone, I look away, and I do a double take to look back. Is he still there?
No, now he is in the air as he jumped towards you guys and is rocketing towards the Laputa.
Guys? we
Yes?
might have a problem.
Yes?
Be
more
points
specific.
the man flying straight at us.
Yeah.
What?
He is rocketing, and in a moment you watch as he clears the distance between the top of the tree and the Laputa, which is probably a good 800 feet, in just but a few few seconds as he then kind of rockets towards the ship itself. You know what? I'm gonna roll a die here. I'm gonna see what he decides to do here. Oops, that's out of the tray.
So Frieza, it has come to conquer us.
That's a 19. Plus numbers. Hold on. How strong is the hull?
Thank you, Rob.
Oh,
I quote from Dinoc: "The turkey has a whole song and dance routine. You gotta practice early."
Okay. Yeah, you know what? This dude is gonna full on anime style collide at an angle with the Laputa and bust through the hull and and he's gonna deal some damage to the hull of the ship, which has regenerated.
Like that, yes.
okay.
Where is the damage?
I'm just so very confused right now.
I'm sorry.
Who is this man, and why is he flying into our fortress?
Wild theory.
Uh-huh.
Do you think he could be the dragon that we've heard about?
That is not great. That is
that possible?
It's 17 points of damage.
I
to
mean,
the
we
hull
did
of the
meet a
ship.
kraken and a Tarask that took human form.
Hold on, I'm gonna.
Oh well, yeah. Is
Damage.
it possible for dragons to learn shape-shifting
There we go.
magic?
Just to keep track of myself.
Asking for a friend.
As the person rockets through the side of the Laputa and then through the roof where you guys are kind of standing, like not right where you guys are. Actually, that's another good point. It would do damage twice. So there's another 16. And as it busts through the ground, probably 20 or so feet from where you guys currently stand, you watch as it busts through the ground where you guys are standing, and in that moment, as it kind of turns and sees you, you guys watch that from its back kind of erupts, kind of tearing the shirt on the back of those individual shirt. Just these two large kind of leathery wings just erupt and just makes it hover there for a moment before it lands and the wings disappear. And the individual, kind of in this deeper voice, kind of immediately just goes, "State your business." The individual himself is kind of like this suntanned kind of not elderly, but older gentleman, probably in like their late 40s, with this kind of like sandy blonde hair, and is absolutely ripped. No shoes, but is wearing the tatters of a okay, so Dinoc says, "Oh no, you fucking don't! My business is that you put a hole in my fortress."
Business is that hole you put in my fortress. Uh-oh.
He kind of just stands there and he kind of goes, "If there is no business, leave." And you can see like this very intense persona about him. Can I have everybody make a wisdom saving throw, please?
No. Sure.
There goes Dinoc.
We know how this goes for me. Nat 20. Every time.
Why didn't that?
22.
Game, can you actually like roll what I want you to roll?
There
we go.
I'm curious.
29.
Does even though it's a natural 20, if it's below the DC, does it fail?
No, it's an auto pass, period.
Sure.
At least that's according to Baldur's Gate rules.
Well, Denock is now afraid. Everybody else, for whatever reason, is fine. Asta's barely not fine, or barely fine, but
Is she?
oh. So he wants to know your business.
Thought I was gonna quickly mind link with Cody and go, is this a bad time to say I forgot what we're doing here?
Maybe it is a bad time to forget this, but we were looking for a dragon, and considering those wings that came out of his back, I'm starting to wonder if we have found him.
Oh, probably. Honestly, I don't remember what we were to do with this dragon, so this is on you. Good luck.
Katya clears her throat. We are on the hunt. Sorry, wrong choice of words. We are searching for a platinum dragon, but we have only one lead, and that lead has brought us to this island? Question mark. Now, we were warned about some sort of guardian, if not the dragon itself. I don't suppose you might be able to shed some light on this?
You can hear the individual's like fists like tighten and crack.
Jesus.
And he kind of just, your quarry is not here. Leave or die.
Can I tell if he's lying or not?
You can
With
certainly
an insight.
You can certainly try.
I'm gonna insight it too.
Go for it.
Oh, God.
Well, an 18's not bad for me.
I mean, I got a nat 1 for an 11.
Are you happy with that?
I'm going to go with no and use my inspiration.
Okay.
Do it.
I mean, a 19 is a lot better than an 11.
Both of you, it is hard to tell whether or not he's lying or not. You don't seem to be able to get a read on him.
What if I said Scientia sent us?
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage for me.
Disadvantage. Well, it's still a 25.
Damn. You watch as you say those words, and he's gonna look you up and down real quick. And he kind of just you notice for just a moment that his visage flickers. It relaxes just a tiny bit. Prove it.
Can I use Channel Divinity to read his thoughts? You gave me access to the knowledge domains. Channel Divinities.
So you're using the spell what?
It's the knowledge domain Channel Divinity
Channel
that you gave me when I became Twilight.
Okay. Does it replicate a spell? Or is it just you can use it?
As an action, you can choose one creature you see within 60 feet of you. That creature must make a Wisdom saving throw. If the creature succeeds on the saving throw, you can't use it until you finish your next long rest.
Okay.
If the creature fails its saving throw, you can read its surface level thoughts.
Okay. I will make a Wisdom saving throw for the creature.
Okay.
It does technically have advantage. That is a 26.
Yeah, that beats my, I think, 18. 19.
Dinox says pull out the as proof. Okay.
Yeah, I was looking for something else, but
Mhm.
I would
Yeah,
recommend that to Dinok. Like Dinok, the pearl.
I'm gonna roll a knowledge check to see if he recognizes it. Yeah, that's a soft 20. He kind of pauses for a moment and sees that you've pulled this out, and he kind of goes, "You do not lie." You can see that he relaxes his form and stands up tall. Now that you guys are closer, you can tell that this individual is probably close to 6.5, 6.5 or more feet tall. Sorry, grabbing my other side note from my other notes here. You'll have to forgive my hesitation. I am the guardian of this location. The name is Zimror. And you are?
Wait, I've heard this name before.
I doubt it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Let
Oh
me
no, we've
see.
heard a lot of names similar to it.
Zymroir.
Zym. Okay, I spelled it wrong. Let me see here. Zimror. Apparently not. Maybe we didn't get the name, but we were told of a guardian, which means we might be in the right place. Okay. Carry on.
And you are?
Wait, how did you spell the name again?
Zymroir.
I still spelled it wrong. One more time. Hang on. Aha! He is a child of her creation. Yep. We have. He's not the dragon himself, but he is the guardian of this island. Okay. Yep. We have gotten this information before from Scientia. Perfect. Well, that means
Okay.
we have been warned of him. All right, so I will relay that information to him. It's like, yes, that means that we must be near where we were looking for because Scientia did tell us about you, that you are one of her creations.
Then did she also tell you about part of the payment to being allowed to land?
She did not tell us this part.
You see him grin. Oh, of course she didn't.
No. She didn't give us much information on you besides who you are.
Good. I require a piece of knowledge that I do not know.
That's it?
You can consider these memories and information parts of my hoard.
I see.
So,
I see.
tell me something that I do not know.
Well, that becomes very complicated because we're already at a disadvantage by not knowing what it is you already do know.
That is not my problem.
No, but that is very much our problem.
Do we get a chance if we accidentally tell you something you already know?
Yes, I am not heartless. And I don't want Not saying that... sorry, and I don't want trivial information like your names. I want something useful, juicy.
Did you know that there is an illithid elder out there who seeks to become material using the body of a platinum dragon?
There are 3 elder brains on this material plane. All of
3?
all of which have desires to become more powerful than that in which there are. Using the corpse of a dragon is one. Platinum dragon specifically is unique, but unlikely. Extremely unlikely.
Yes, but were you aware that there was...
I am aware that
You
such
were-
a process exists.
Yes, but were you aware that there was one seeking a dragon specifically?
I'm gonna make a roll for it.
Here I am being difficult.
You know what? I'll make it a public roll because why not? There we go. With modifiers, that's going to be much higher. And he will kind of he will basically just say, I know that the process exists, therefore one must have the what's the word? Drive, motive. Yeah, basically, since ambition, since the method exists, one must have the ambition to seek that transformation. So
Okay.
so yeah,
So that's nothing new.
I will say Rom does have something he wants to say to the group, which is he is thinking about Dinok being a Shinigami.
I feel like you would put it more in the words of, what if I told you that I know who the next god of death is going to be? Something like that.
I feel like he would have to respond with something along the lines of like, that knowledge isn't known to anyone, as there are contenders for that position. There are several Shinigamis that exist within this world
Oh, no.
seeking to effectively usurp each other in order to take their place, well, within the realm of the gods. Rom. Oh.
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh no! Jotting this down for future lore.
Mm-hmm.
Zimroar informs us of multiple Shinigamis.
Are they
Possibly-
shiny guys?
Constantly competition over.
What
that
about
position.
the fact that they're 2 living Kalishtar?
2 living Kalishtar. At the same time.
Oh, right.
Yes,
Oh.
right now. Unless he died, but no. Last I
If
knew,
we
he's still alive.
if we don't get a hold, if we don't get the help of the Platinum Dragon, he will die.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Sorry, that was an insight check. Kalistars, extremely rare. Who would ever have been heard of? Okay, sorry, I gotta roll a percentile thing now for this. So I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll percentile. If it rolls under if it rolls under a 25, then it has happened before. 84. So it has not happened before, and he kind of goes.
I'm going to make this font
That is
a nice,
not.
bright red.
Are you done?
Yes.
That is not possible.
Oh, oh boy. Are you in for a surprise?
And yet there are two right now.
And he looks over the lot of you. So where is the second?
You remember that illithid elder I mentioned about a couple minutes ago?
I have not forgotten.
I didn't say that you did. He is currently him and his brother and an entire outpost on the surface are currently being essentially held hostage by him, pending an agreement to bring him a dragon for research purposes or whatever it was that the brain told us he was going to do with it. Unfortunately, that means that even if we wanted to, we couldn't bring you the second Kalishtar to prove our point.
Everybody make persuasion checks.
Oh, great. Here we go again.
No?
4.
That was a performance, Valinar.
Oh,
13. It's not good for me.
Is that not?
there
Oh,
it is.
natural 1. Cool.
Oh no.
12.
Cool.
These are all bad. Oh no.
Okay, he didn't roll great either, but he rolled better than you. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
It's fine. We don't need to burn it. He kind of looks over you guys and just understood. Okay. Well, that is definitely something I did not know. That two Kalishstars could exist in the same era. Fascinating. I would love to meet this other one. But I do understand that it not being possible and all.
We could definitely make it up to you later.
It's fine.
You wouldn't be the first person who had quite the interesting Kalistars. I remember one other guy we came across was intimately very fascinated by both Valinar here and our friend Cardin at the time. Running experiments and such on them, it was really awkward.
It is creepy. More creepy.
Sorry. I would suggest that we leave your ship here and we head down to the island itself. And I'll show you where you can go in order to potentially meet the individual that you are looking for.
Thank you, that is much appreciated.
And of course, what kind of a host would I be if I didn't offer some form of a ride? He like looks around, just making sure that, just looking around, looking at the space around him, and he kind of goes, "Mind your heads." And you watch as his body rapidly expands and morphs and elongates.
Ooh.
Dina is about the...
Dexterity saving throw to maintain my balance.
Okay.
He said, "Watch my head," so I'm gonna dodge.
So you duck and you watch as excuse me, as Zimror transforms into a massive bright sheened like steel dragon.
Ooh.
The face is kind of an elongated, very expressive face that kind of they can pretty easily portray emotions. You would imagine. They have a very large wingspan with sharp segmented wings that create a illusion of bundled blades as their spine has a thing of fine spines, like sharp things that kind of protrude from their I'm thinking yeah, kind of they kind of portrayed from their head and neck and and their lower like elbows and claws and talons. And they have this kind of unique kind of smell as they kind of protrude of this like wet nettle. Can I copy this to? Can't. It won't let me. Will it?
Impressive.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Oops! What did I just do? This button. That didn't work. Okay, hold on. There we go. Sorry, I am.
No.
I'm getting a.
You're getting an image. Yay!
Copy. Slap that into the Discord.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
Everyone can roll. I believe they're considered. Yeah, everybody can roll a we'll say nature check.
Nature.
Yes.
10.
Wow.
Look at me go. Okay, D-Knock. Show off.
8.
So D-Knock is the only one that gets this. Ironically, that is actually kind of a pretty useful thing because in IRL, Rom is probably the only other person to have seen this creature. It's not a home designed character or creature. It's kind of inspired from a YouTube channel, but this is D-Knock would know this as a rumored steel dragon, and I'll put it back on the screen for people here to kind of see.
Nice.
The artwork here is by I don't remember because I got it from a PDF basically, so yeah.
Steel Dragon.
Yep, that's him.
Dungeon Dad. Okay.
Yes. So Steel Dragon. And he loads you guys up onto his back, and with a mighty
Woo!
flies you guys down to the island. And this dragon is gargantuan.
Good thing we don't have to fight him. That would just look bad when we meet this platinum dragon later.
I would have
Yeah.
loved to have run this encounter against you guys, but you know.
He flew straight through our Laputa twice. He would have sunk our ship to take us down. No. I'm glad we don't have to fight him. Alternate campaign.
You mean another divergent point?
Allow me to do we have a thing for that?
We do have a Discord for that. Blip.
Mundus what ifs.
Yeah. Throw it in
I
there.
thought we did.
It's in there somewhere.
I'm looking. Mundus what ifs.
Yeah. Throw it in there. Maybe one day we'll do like a one shot where you guys fight this dragon instead.
There you go.
Cool. As you guys descent and land, you guys are immediately greeted with a very small but yet kind of busy village. That has kind of made... Oop, that is not what I wanted. I didn't want tavern music.
Festive village.
It's a little too lively here for a small village.
City. This is kind of the best that I got. I don't really have a lot of small town stuff, so but you guys are brought down and landed, and the people in this area are not bothered by Zimroar's descent and landing within the immediate area. And you see after he lands and you guys disembark, he kind of transforms back into that humanoid figure that you had seen before. And you look around and you can see in this area maybe a few, probably several dozen dragon-ish folk. You see dragonborn and people who are probably more than what a dragonborn would be considered, given the appearance of Dina. But the people are happy, it seems. They are going about their business as if they don't really have a care in the world.
Because the demons wouldn't dare set foot here.
As you guys kind of take the place in for a minute, Zimroar kind of goes, We live in peace here. None have really set foot several hundred years here.
I can see why it was so well protected.
I was not the first guardian. He perished a long time ago. Come. You will want to be heading to the Dragon's Grove. And he begins leading you towards the base of the tree. Assuming you guys follow.
Well, I mean, there's no point in standing here in the village at this time. Right? Okay, yes, we follow.
Okay. And you
Just
were
trying
gonna,
to draw it out long enough that I can finish my thought here.
yeah, and you were gonna say something, Valinar?
Above game, I was just thinking, don't we have to get a scale from a dragon?
From a
A platinum dragon. Exactly why
Okay.
we're here.
No, for something separate than
Yes. We have to get a
platinum dragon
We-
scale and a dragon.
we have to get the platinum dragon scale for Denox's wife in order to bring
Yes.
her back.
Okay.
That's
I
one.
just remembered we had to get a scale.
Yeah. The idea was to get on the dragon's good side by warning it of the impending doom from the Illithid Elder. Let's see if we can get it to raise the Illithid city for us. And then as payment for the heads up, pass along a scale.
As you guys begin to head, you give Denoch a gentle tug, kind of
Come on,
pulling him
Denoch.
away from the sight of something that he hasn't really seen, which is basically tons of his own kin. He takes you guys kind of to the base of the tree, and at the base of the tree, sorry, pulling up notes and stuff. Sorry, I'm rereading some of my notes. I wrote some of this stuff a long time ago.
I'm just thinking, we came to this island with a giant tree coming off of it, and we almost got taken out by pretty much Acnologia. So I'm watching. I'm just go.
Okay.
Yeah, that echo. Just going through.
All right, everyone, hold hands. We're gonna stand in a circle now.
Yeah.
Okay, I just need to reach my final EMD.
I am not gonna lie. That was not my intention, but that's awesome.
But I love it
All right.
because you're aware that Acnologia also takes a human form, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen fairy tale, motherfucker. Back off.
I don't know.
Um,
I have a friend living here who has not seen that part and is not aware.
Okay. The idea we talked about not circulating into next spring. Well, yeah, maybe. So he kind of leads you guys forward, and what you see kind of at the base of this tree is what appears to be a sealed form of a door, kind of built into these winding, twisting knots of a tree root. But the only thing that you can see is the seal, where there's the split in the middle of the two doors and where the frame would be. There does not appear to be any kind of handle or anything like that. And he kind of gestures and says, the doorway is protected by a series of riddles. They change.
Riddles.
They change every few days. So I would recommend doing it quickly.
Okay.
They are and as you guys look, there are runes kind of in the door of the on this tree here, these doors. It is written in Draconic, which I know Denoch speaks, but does anybody else?
Katya,
Katya. Okay.
for some reason.
Okay. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to give you the riddles that are written in the door, and then we will end for the evening.
Okay.
Okay? Because it is after midnight. So, the first riddle. Many have heard me, yet nobody has seen me. I won't speak back unless spoken to. What am I? And
Many have heard me, yet nobody has seen me. I won't speak back unless spoken to.
Mm-hmm. I will copy these into the Discord
Okay.
for you as well, so that they're easier for everybody to
I think
locate.
I already know the answer to that one.
Why did
I
that?
love riddles.
Why did that?
It's an echo.
Why did that copy like
Yep.
that? I just wanted to copy the words.
Put down
Why?
the answer
Actually,
now so I don't
cast
forget
rise.
later.
I'm so confused. It's not letting me copy the words. It's making
Huh.
I'm literally trying to copy the words, and it's copying it as an image.
Okay.
That's
All right,
weird.
then.
Okay. I'll figure it out later. Worst case scenario, I end up retyping these to you guys. I'm not too concerned about it right now.
That's why I'm typing it now.
Yeah, the second one is it wears a leather coat to keep its skins in working order. Escorts you to other realms without a magic portal.
Ah, I know this
Oh.
one too.
Okay.
Yep.
The last one, 1,000 colored folds stretch towards the sky, atop a tender strand rising from the land. Till killed by maiden's hand, perhaps a token of love, perhaps to say goodbye.
Holy crap. Okay.
Yeah, that one's a longer one.
Start over. The third riddle is
Cut it. No, okay. Well then. It is
Hmm.
1,000 colored folds
1,000 colored folds
stretched towards the sky,
stretched towards the sky.
atop a tender strand
Top a tender strand
rising from the land,
rising from the land.
till killed by maiden's hand.
Wait, killed by a maiden's hand?
Tilled
by maiden's
yeah,
hand.
till killed by maiden's hand, perhaps a token of love, perhaps
Oh.
to say goodbye.
Until killed. Gotcha. Till killed by maiden's hand. Perhaps a token of
Love, perhaps to
Love.
say goodbye.
perhaps to say goodbye. Okay.
And I will figure out why I can't. Because that's so weird.
The third riddle requires some more thinking.
I mean, I was hoping most of them would require more thinking, but hey, you know, it's whatever.
We already got the first two.
All right, I have,
Yeah.
I will say, I have more things planned than just a single doorway.
Figures.
But, boy,
That's the price we pay.
with that does bring us to the end of tonight's session. Because it is getting kind of late.
I like that answer, Rom. Very good.
I am very happy to have played. I enjoyed tonight's session. I would have loved for you guys to have attacked the dragon on sight, but, you know, I'm also glad that you didn't act super irrationally.
Yeah, considering it's just four of us, not sure I want to pick a fight right now. Not if we don't know. We might stand a chance.
I'll give you a little piece of hint. I rolled damage earlier, when it took 17 and 16 points of damage,
hmm
I rolled very low on its damage die.
Yeah. But that's also just flying at something.
Yes. Yes, but I used an attack that it had on its sheet as a means
Okay.
of creating that damage. So either way, that it will be it for tonight. I am excited for what is in store next time.
Oh, yes.
We didn't act like Xenos. Yes, exactly. You didn't act like
Mhm.
murder hobos, and you lived.
It was that high persuasion.
In the meantime, guys, enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you in the next one. Good night, all.
Night, y'all.
Not all.
Bye.
Night, y'all.